Welcome to a new episode of Daily Debate. My name is Sharif Touni, and tonight we're going to shed some light on the inauguration of a number of electrical power plants in Egypt. Important milestones over there, lots of projects to be discussed in that space, especially given the current challenges and the previous challenges, and how Egypt has encountered those challenges with a lot of solutions and a lot of power plants today. No doubt the inauguration of several electrical power stations in Egypt throughout the last couple of years ushered in a whole new era of electrical power generation. The inauguration of every power station marks a significant milestone in the production of electricity in Egypt. These power stations are literally supposed to be mega projects enhancing sustainable development in various spheres in Egypt. It's worth noting that German companies reinforce their commitment to sustainable development of Egypt's power sector by inaugurating the first phase of mega power plant in various Egyptian cities. Moreover, complementary to the mega project, the German companies support the development of future highly skilled Egyptian workforce and has announced the details of the strategic alliance between Germany and Egypt to support the training program as well. Among the targets of the Egyptian government behind launching such projects are promoting long-term economic growth, creating new jobs, and increasing the competitiveness of Egyptian industries. And reading the consequences and much more about this issue we'll be discussing shortly, but after the upcoming headlines. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received today the members of National Council for Women, headed by Dr. Maya Morsi, in conjunction with the celebration of International Women's Day. Noteworthy, President Sisi labeled 2017 as the Year of Women. For more about this, we're joined over the line with former ambassador and also former minister Mushira Khattab. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Let's speak first about this meeting and an important meeting in an important days celebrating the Women's Day.
Well, you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Well, I want to start by saying congratulations for every woman everywhere in the world. Celebrating the International Women's Day is an opportunity to remind societies that the world will be a better place with women empowered and enjoying their rights fully without any discrimination.
Yes. So this meeting today, with the members of the National Council for Women, how did you see this meeting between them and the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi?
Well, I must say that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, since he took office and even before he took office, he never let an opportunity pass without recognizing the contribution of women. And really, this is very heartening, and it is an incentive for every entity in Egypt to work diligently to empower women to enjoy their rights fully. Political commitment to women's rights is very important.
Yes. So do you see the empowerment as the top priority today? Or what are the other challenges maybe for women today? Not necessarily in the political life, though.
Excuse me?
Not necessarily in the political life. In general, do you see the empowerment as the top, maybe the top challenge for women to be more empowered in the society?
Well, I want to say it is empowerment of women is not only for the good of women, it's for the good of the society. The society will be a better place with women empowerment. It's good economics. When you invest in women, you have high returns on the GDP. So it is the right thing to do. It's not charity. It is the right thing to do for everybody in the society. And if you look at any nation, strong nations are nations with empowered women, women who enjoy their rights without discrimination.
Yes, and the labeling for 2017 being the year of women, how do you see this label? What would you dream of, by the end of 2017, and you say, yes, this was a label and the outcomes also is in the favor of women?
Well, to declare 2017 as the year of women is good because you make an incentive or you send a signal for every entity in the nation that they have to work towards women empowerment. But it should not only be the year 2017, the year of women. It should be every year. In every action you make, you must ensure that women have a place, have a seat at the table.
Yes.
They must participate in the decision making. So it's not only 2017, it's every year, every moment when you make any decision, you have to, this decision will not be a sound decision if it does not ensure equal rights for every human being. Women representing half the society must be the first to be looked after. One thing I really would like to emphasize, being that women empowerment is good economics, is the good thing to do, is the right thing to do, not only for women, but for the society at large. And I want to congratulate Egyptian women because really they've fought very hard and they've done magnificent achievements over the last 6 years. We've seen upheavals. We've seen a constitution in 2012 who completely wrote off women's rights. And then we saw women's activism restoring their rights, and we saw how their active participation in the drafting of our constitution of 2014 has enabled them to not only restore what was taken from them, but achieve more. Today we have 189 female members of the parliament, unprecedented number. We've never had this before. We have, I think, 4 female ministers now. Our biggest achievement this year is having a female governor. So really now when you look around you, you find no position, no profession that is beyond the reach of women, except for some, like one branch of the judiciary. Still women are not able to get in, but on the other hand, the number of women judges is increasing every year. So really, Egyptian women earned it, and they have done a good job, but they still have a long way to go. We still have to work on the private sphere. The civil status law, we still have to ensure parity, equality.
Yes.
And Egypt will be a better place with women having equal rights.
Absolutely.
And we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm very optimistic.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It has been a great pleasure to have you with us, former Minister and Ambassador Mushir Khattab. Let's continue with the headlines. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met today the FAO Director General. President Sisi and FAO General, the Director General discussed the mutual ties between Egypt and the organization. They also discussed cooperation between the two sides in addition to enhancing development and food security in Egypt. And for more about the partnership Egypt has established recently, let's watch the upcoming report.
The visit by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry to Brussels has launched a new phase of strategic partnership between Egypt and the European Union, paving the way for an EU-Egypt association agreement in the upcoming period. The agreement, which has been under negotiation since February 2016, will frame the country's relationship with European institutions over the next 3 years. In an official statement, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ahmed Abu Zaid said Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry and his European counterparts had compiled a document of each side's priorities to guide further negotiations on the agreement. On his visit, Shoukry met with 28 European foreign ministers, making it his first meeting of its kind with a non-EU minister this year. The meetings tackled EU-Egyptian relations. Shoukry discussed ways the EU could support Egypt economically and politically, given that the country's stability is an essential European interest. The top diplomat also discussed economic, social and political developments in Egypt and challenges the country faces in each of these sectors. Shoukry told his EU counterparts that Egyptian national institutions bear the responsibility of safeguarding human rights in Egypt, adding that human rights include social and economic rights as they are not restricted to political rights. The minister arrived in Brussels for an official visit in which he met with EU officials, including the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, the Vice President of the European Commission, and the EU Commissioner for Human and Migration Affairs, along with the foreign ministers of 28 EU countries. The visit was successful because Egyptian diplomats built a bloc of Egypt supports within the EU, represented by countries that have made remarkable progress in cooperation with Egypt, such as Greece, Cyprus and Hungary. It's worth noting that an EU delegation is set to visit Egypt mid-March to continue talks on various developmental plans.